I don't have to either.
We stole a black market ship.
More or less, yeah.
And our DM definitely did not expect that to happen.
Well, you don't know that. You guys were just talking about how you needed a better ship, and then I was like,
Yeah,
And I was
but
like,
you also rolled a D100, which I know you have a little table for to see what events happen.
okay, fine. I did not plan for that. But I figured as soon as a like a pirate ship showed up, that you guys would be like, "Hey, let's just take this one."
Did we hand over Beto, or do we still have him?
What?
What?
I don't know his name. What's his name?
The bear?
Yeah,
Declan.
Declan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we turned him to his wife.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we accomplished that or not.
Yeah, that was definitely sort of the key point of the whole trade.
Yeah, you guys sent to, basically told her that you had her or had him, and that, oh god,
That was
You
pretty
guys told-
much.
you
Sorry,
told
go
her
ahead.
that you had him, and that you were going to bring him back safely. So she sent over a shuttle, which picked him up and left with him, and then you were given a little message telling you that cool, everything is fine between us, and then a set of coordinates, which may or may not have led to her.
Gotcha.
Trying to remember, like, what's this kind of music called? Because I know it's not techno music, it's
Trance?
Synthwave.
synthwave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was close.
And I believe we were on our way to the coordinates.
Yes.
And then while me and I'm forgetting Jason were looking around the ship, I believe.
Yeah. Engineers gotta check out the specs on the ship and all.
And Jen was sleeping.
And Daisy just wanted to look at everything that was on board.
If you're talking about... Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Okay. So, let's see. On the ship, I can tell you that... Oh yeah, I forgot I named that planet. Huh. Tavia? So on the ship, this is one that is meant to accommodate a fairly large crew, in fact. Which means that there is a kind of a frightening amount of, like, what is the word I'm trying to say?
Barracks?
No, dimensional location storage. In
Hard
that
drive?
in that there is a lot of stuff that is layered over itself, along the lines of separate dimensions in the same rooms. Which means that approximately, with the current use of the hard drive space, this looks like it could accommodate several thousand crew members.
Neat.
Which evidently doesn't look like you need that many.
Yeah, we got a skeleton crew.
Well, yeah, but you don't even have that many skeletons. You know?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And Jason, of course, you make a note of that because you can change those things. You can remodel the ship pretty much however much as you want, as long as you're docked somewhere, because the ship will need to kind of be cleared out of people and given some time to reorient itself as it rebuilds.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the ship when he remodels. That poor guy that did that, they had to scrape off with a fucking plastic cup.
Yeah, and his soul was in 6 different dimensions.
Ugh, not pretty. Not pretty.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the biggest thing that you notice. However, there is still, like a little crew lounge. There's still a kitchen with a fucking with a fully stocked pantry. Though all the food seems to be basically garbage. There is a sizable meeting hall, which is probably where they would gather all the crew members to like get transmissions from fucking their boss Stella. Let's see. In terms of the tech. Yes. There was. Yeah, we discussed that it was not that.
Moving on!
Yeah. We talked about where you come from. God, that put me way off track. Yes, fucking just disconnected my headphones. In terms of specs, the ship has a classic dual-core singularity drive, which, in layman's terms, as you would be able to tell other people, Jason, that means that your ship is powered by a black hole.
Alright, I cannot stress enough. Do not fuck with the dual core, or we're all dead. Alright?
Yes. It does indeed have a dual core singularity drive, which does mean that it can travel for significantly longer than most ships can. The only thing is, of course, is that sometimes you have to park not to refuel, but to let off residual energy, basically heat.
Alright. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
You.
God damn it, JJ.
Alright. I had turned it way down, and I didn't know if you guys could hear it. I'm wearing headphones.
Well, turn down the damn music!
I turned it way down. It's almost muted. I this is literally. I haven't done anything different from any other time I'm on this OS. I don't know why it's.
Then maybe it has something to do with the fact that right now your mic is sensitive enough so that it can hear the bacteria in your body breathing.
Didn't mess with the sensitivity though. I don't know why it's doing that.
Get a shittier microphone next time.
I mean, I could do that right now, but then I wouldn't.
Anyway. Yeah.
So letting out heat, need to park
Yes.
it.
You need to let off heat in order to keep it running properly without causing any damage or breakdown. Luckily, there are at least like 3 different failsafes because of the fact that it's powered by a singularity. But even then, most people who use these are either fucking masters of their field or badass crazy, because nobody wants to try and sleep at night and wonder if that weird bump that they heard in the middle of the night is the sound of one of the reactor cores cracking and this ship suddenly turning into a black hole.
Alright.
Either way, that's what you've got in the cores. Your shields are unfortunately rather basic, but the hull is, well, it's decent, and it looks like it's actually been through quite a lot. But the weapons are where this thing really shines.
Figures.
It's got it's got 4 high yield ray cannons, which are reliant on basically casting magic rays through space, which also helps in the fact that they aren't reliant on projectiles, as well as a what is called a detonation salvo, which is kind of like probably your main cannon, which also involves zero weapons, and is in madcap tech.
I need you to back up. You kind of cut off.
Oh, damn it! Where? Wait.
Detonation salvo, main cannon.
Okay, I had to let my shit clear up. Yeah. So the detonation salvo, which is kind of like your main cannon, and it's essentially just a hugely beefed up version of the actual spell detonate, and it allows you to cast that from one ship to another. And actually, not only is it a pretty devastating weapon, but you're pretty sure that this is stolen madcap tech.
Ooh. I don't know much about this black D-lip, but I like her already.
Okay. So I think those are the most important things, right?
Tell me.
The things that you feel like Jason would want to know.
See, weapons, shields, the core, hull. I think we already got the basics of how the communication system works.
Yeah, it's all standard telepathic comms, including wide range comms.
Do ships? Is it like medieval ships where like they need deeds or proof of ownership or something? If we were to dock somewhere.
Not particularly.
Okay, good.
Just by stationing yourself on a ship long enough, your profile automatically links to it.
Alright, that works.
Which, yeah, that does mean it's oddly easy for people to just hijack other people's ships and then keep them. But for some reason, the madcaps seem to not give a shit about that.
One of the fucking madcaps who not exactly known for being, well, fucking good.
Yep.
Right? Well, I think...
Not nice people.
I think that's everything.
Okay. So Daisy, you see that... Oh god, I already know one point of conflict. But you see that this place has got a decently sized bridge with, quite a lot of skeletons currently working in it. It looks like this does take a decent amount of people to run, but not nearly as much as it looks like it is meant to accommodate. I also wonder if this was like a warship of some kind, where like it was meant to have like hundreds and hundreds of people in it, and then just plop them all off in one location. Either way, oh fuck, Jason, it does have a long range or a medium range teleportation and recall system installed.
Nice.
Which means that if you're kind of like out and about and doing things, you can spend a full round action to just recall back to the ship. This also means that you can like teleport yourself out way to like other planets while everybody else is going somewhere else, and then recall back later.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Daisy, you would of course know all of these things, as well as the stuff about the bridge, because you're trying really hard to be captain. Which means also, Jen, you would know these things because you're trying really hard to be captain.
I wouldn't care about any of the ship.
All right, you're asleep.
Oh yeah, I would be also asleep if this is the end of the day or the start of the day.
It's space. There really is no day.
Sleeping cycle. Fuck you.
I think you guys have the lights on, yeah. Either way, that doesn't matter. What does matter is that you know that there is a kitchen, a crew lounge, a meeting room. The observatory seems to be like combined with the bridge, where like the bridge has the first floor where you see out the front, and then it has like some stairs where you can lead up and you can see out the entire thing. So it's rather nice. It's this little dome-shaped room where you can look at stuff. It also appears to have a very competent VR rig. Which means two things. One, it's a training facility where you guys can kind of like spar and fight and test each other and yourselves without having to worry about like actually injuring yourselves. It also means that you guys can connect to what is known as Phantom Space, which is kind of like it's a heavily augmented virtual reality kind of universe that's been invented along the lines of the Unity network. So as far as you guys know, it's just kind of like some kind of silly MMO VR thing.
What is it called again?
I typed it.
What?
I typed it in the chat.
Oh. I just didn't hear you correctly the first.
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear you. I just wasn't able to type it.
Well, it's an important little thing anyway.
All right. So Phantom Space, which is basically an MMO.
Mm-hmm. A VR one. Yeah. Then it's got lots and lots and lots of bunk rooms, except Daisy, you notice that on the top floor, rather hidden away, sequestered from the rest of the crew's quarters, is indeed a captain's wow, what the fuck?
Lodge?
Captain's lodge. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant. And it is much nicer. Actually, it looks like it was actually being lived in by Declan. However, it looks like most of the stuff's been cleared out.
I'm going to she's gonna claim it as hers.
Of course. Oh boy. Oh man, the temptation to say joke's on you. Alistair's already claimed it.
I mean, if he has, that's okay. It would make sense.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Headphones got disconnected.
Thing is, I could definitely see the two of your characters like playing rock paper scissors for it if it came down to an argument.
The two of who?
Alistar and fucking Daisy.
Okay.
I don't think Alistair cares enough. It's not like he's a greedy person. He's just kind of lazy.
Bigger room means more stuff you have to clean.
Yeah. Besides, he'd rather just sit in his room and gamble.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, get drunk.
Pretty sure there's enough bunk rooms for everyone to have their own private room.
Oh, yeah. Way more than enough.
Which means we can customize our rooms at a later date.
Yes, you can, to your heart's content. But
later,
you guys end up landing on Tavia, which, as I have mentioned before, is a planet that is most known for its marshland atmosphere and for its surprisingly very nice hot springs resort. So, you guys can go to the bathhouse if you like, but you also know that Stella does not actually reside there.
Wait, is this? We're at we're at the
Planet,
crazy
yes.
pirate person's place.
Yeah.
The planet,
Alright,
yes.
I was gonna try to stop us before we got there because I don't think it's a good idea to bring the ship that seems like it could be super important and also super expensive super close.
Well, I
was
mean,
gonna-
we do have a transportation system.
yeah, I would like to kind of get as far away as we can with that one and just to teleport down if possible,
Okay.
so they don't steal it.
That's fair enough. So you guys do
It's-
that then.
Unlikely they'll steal it, but I can appreciate the caution.
Yes. Also, I wanted to just kind of hide it a little bit so it'd be hard for them to find, but that's not like a big deal.
Yeah, let's just hide it in space. They'll never see it.
I mean, we could hide it on another planet that's close, or like behind a planet, or like on a moon.
Hiding it in space is honestly enough.
It's never enough.
I mean, you turned it off. You hide all the signals and shit, and the thing is basically invisible.
Would the ship have some sort of like alarm to let us know if something was happening to it?
Oh yeah, it's also got a crew of skeletons defending it.
Yeah, there's also that, so we'll know if something's up.
They have a literal skeleton crew.
Yeah, we sort of killed some people, and then Alistar all of a sudden just left with a bunch of bodies, came back with a bunch of skeletons. We didn't really question it.
Yeah.
The bodies were already dead when he skeletonized them, I assume.
Hmm.
Yeah, most of them.
Wait, what?
So, who do you? Well, actually, you've got
I
some-
have- I got another quick question. So, like, how long after I woke up, after Jen woke up, did we arrive at the planet?
Approximately an hour.
Okay, so that would have been enough time to do most of my routine, I guess.
Yeah.
So I just would have, if we're going to like I would have just done everything. Just
Going
checking.
to Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking that if we're going to like a hot spring or whatever, like a bathing area, then there was no point to put on the makeup. But might as well do it since I can, and then just take extra to reapply it after the bathing, if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, you do have waterproof versions of that makeup, and it's more like holographic paint.
What
So if
what
you
I
th-
usually use, because that's what I don't
Sure.
think I would prefer to have holographic paint, just regular, basic paint, cheap stuff that, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, both are relatively cheap. One is slightly more expensive, like $2 more per, like, little fucking jar of it. But, it's up to you.
Just basic, non-holographic.
Fair enough. The option's there if you want to go underwater and still have the makeup. So, what the fuck? Okay.
You just noticed that?
Yeah, I wasn't looking there. I was looking at the walrus.
Okay.
So Anathema and Alistair are both going with you guys.
Alright.
Gotcha.
And the first thing that Alistair does as soon as you guys land is celebrate that finally I get to be in the lap of luxury for a while. Let me know when you guys are done with your business, guys, because I'm gonna just see you later, okay?
100% we will let you know when we're going to leave. I can guarantee it.
Oh yeah, you control the skeletons. We're gonna have to sort of tell you.
Yeah, he takes 2 steps and suddenly Anathema's arm or hand is wrapped around his collar,
What?
Oh boy.
Why?
and he just fine.
Why not let him go?
Because we never know if we might need him for something.
Fine.
I mean, he's our only actual healer.
He's our only cleric. So yes, I would be
I'm
a good
not a
idea.
cleric, I'm an oracle. There's a difference.
All right, Oracle.
Oh, thank you. I am an oracle. I'm glad you asked.
So where are we headed to? Where's the
Oh shit.
reason for us being here?
Well, it looks like the coordinates are approximately a kilometer away from the actual resort itself, to the northwest. So we might as well head that way.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really want to do that though. I don't trust it. Just suspicious coordinates and just saying come here or without even the word.
Well, maybe she's the kind of person who wants to talk about this in person.
Perhaps she's seen this not as she lost a ship, but rather she instead gained some potential freelance employees.
I also don't like the thought of freelance employees. I don't like working with her. I don't like working with people like that.
Aren't you a freelance employee yourself?
Yes, but that's because I decided to be it, not because someone else is going to kill me if I don't.
I don't think she's going to be able to kill us if we refuse anyway.
But we never know.
Either way, we sort of left on neutral terms, and let's just give this a chance, you know? Besides, we can just teleport out if things get hairy.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. Fine, let's just head on. The sooner we get there, the sooner we'll be done with it.
So, you guys head in that direction. And while you guys are traveling, I, of course, have to roll to see if anything happens.
Are we just on foot? That's a big problem. I don't want to be on foot.
What do you suggest otherwise?
I don't know. Is there something, any kind of transportation from this resort?
I don't know. Is there a bus line from the Hot Springs Resort to the dangerous black market dealer's house?
That would be useful. Or maybe a train. They got nothing like easy to get around with, like a little go-kart.
I really wish they had a public transportation system set up like that, but it seems that that it is only in progress.